When Samantha Chen became San Francisco's most trusted massage therapist, clients believed her healing touch could cure their pain. But when her obsession with control and perfection consumed her, she began using poisoned massage oils and pressure point techniques to slowly murder clients who threatened her reputation or discovered her dark secrets. Before we get to this wonderful story, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Now, let's get back to the story. The soft afternoon light filtered through the bamboo blinds of Zen Wellness Spa as Samantha Chen prepared her treatment room for what would become the most dangerous massage session of her 12-year career as a licensed therapeutic massage therapist. At 35 years old, Samantha had established herself as San Francisco's premier holistic healing specialist, combining traditional Chinese massage techniques with modern therapeutic methods to treat clients ranging from tech executives seeking stress relief to professional athletes recovering from career-threatening injuries. Samantha's exclusive spa occupied a converted Victorian mansion in Pacific Heights, featuring 7 luxuriously appointed treatment rooms equipped with heated massage tables, aromatherapy diffusion systems, and sound healing equipment that created an atmosphere of complete relaxation and spiritual renewal. Her client base included some of Silicon Valley's most prominent entrepreneurs, Hollywood celebrities seeking discretion during their Bay Area visits, and wealthy socialites who valued both her therapeutic expertise and her absolute confidentiality about their personal health issues and relationship problems. The walls of Samantha's consultation office were lined with certificates from prestigious massage therapy schools, testimonials from grateful clients whose chronic pain had been eliminated through her treatments, and photographs showing her studying with renowned healing masters in Tibet, Thailand, and India. Her credentials included advanced certifications in deep tissue massage, trigger point therapy, reflexology, and traditional Chinese medicine practices that had been passed down through generations of healers in her family. But beneath Samantha's reputation for healing and spiritual guidance lay a twisted obsession with control and perfection that had gradually evolved into something far more sinister. A systematic campaign of murder against clients who challenged her authority, threatened to expose her illegal activities, or simply failed to appreciate her therapeutic genius. "Good afternoon, Samantha," said Victoria Blackwood, her 2 o'clock appointment, and a 48-year-old venture capitalist who had been receiving weekly massage treatments for 6 months following a car accident that had left her with chronic neck pain and stress-related insomnia. Victoria managed a $500 million investment fund focused on biotech startups and had become one of Samantha's most loyal clients, often scheduling emergency sessions during particularly stressful business negotiations. "Good afternoon, Victoria," Samantha replied with the serene spiritual demeanor that had made her legendary among San Francisco's wellness-obsessed elite who viewed her as both healer and guru. "I've prepared a special treatment protocol today using rare essential oils from the Himalayas and pressure point techniques that will release the deep emotional trauma your body has been storing since your accident. This session will transform your entire relationship with pain and stress." Victoria had become one of Samantha's most dangerous clients, not because of her physical ailments or demanding personality, but because of her analytical mind and growing suspicions about several unexplained incidents that had occurred during previous massage sessions. As a venture capitalist with expertise in evaluating business practices, Victoria had begun noticing irregularities in Samantha's client scheduling, unusual reactions she had experienced to certain massage oils, and the mysterious disappearances of several other regular clients who had simply stopped coming to the spa without explanation. What Victoria didn't know was that Samantha had been systematically poisoning clients with contaminated massage oils while using her knowledge of pressure points and anatomy to cause fatal injuries disguised as accidents or natural deaths. Samantha's transformation from dedicated healer to calculating killer had begun 18 months earlier when her illegal prescription drug distribution network had been threatened by a client who had discovered her scheme to sell stolen pharmaceutical painkillers to wealthy patients seeking alternatives to traditional medical treatment. Dr. Rebecca Walsh, a prominent physician, had threatened to report Samantha's drug dealing activities to medical authorities and law enforcement unless she immediately ceased her criminal activities and refunded money to patients who had been harmed by contaminated substances. Faced with the prospect of losing her spa, her reputation, and her freedom, Samantha had made the fateful decision to murder Dr. Walsh using a combination of poisoned massage oil containing concentrated oleander extract and deliberate manipulation of pressure points that caused fatal cardiac arrhythmia while appearing to be a heart attack brought on by the stress of her demanding medical practice. The success of her first murder had convinced Samantha that killing troublesome clients was not only necessary for protecting her drug operation, but also provided opportunities to eliminate anyone who questioned her methods, challenged her spiritual authority, or failed to show proper appreciation for her healing gifts. Over the past year, Samantha had murdered 7 additional clients using increasingly sophisticated methods that combined traditional healing knowledge with deadly poisons and anatomical expertise. Her victims had included Margaret Foster, an elderly socialite who had questioned Samantha's billing practices and threatened to file complaints with consumer protection agencies; David Park, a tech entrepreneur who had become suspicious of the prescription drugs Samantha was providing and had begun investigating her credentials; and Jennifer Martinez, a prominent attorney who had discovered evidence of Samantha's tax evasion and money laundering activities related to her illegal pharmaceutical sales. Each murder had been carefully planned and executed to appear as a tragic accident or medical emergency during what should have been a relaxing therapeutic session, with Samantha positioning herself as a grief-stricken healer who had done everything possible to save her clients' lives. "Samantha, I need to speak with you about some concerns I have regarding your practice and several incidents that have occurred during my treatments here," said Dr. Amanda Rodriguez, a forensic toxicologist who had been receiving massage therapy for work-related stress but had begun noticing unusual symptoms following her sessions. Dr. Rodriguez possessed the scientific expertise to recognize signs of systematic poisoning and had been conducting her own investigation into Samantha's methods and client outcomes. Dr. Rodriguez's forensic background and growing suspicions represented an existential threat to Samantha's criminal operation, as her scientific training would allow her to identify the poisons and methods being used to murder clients. "Of course, Amanda," Samantha replied, though she felt the familiar surge of anxiety that accompanied any scrutiny of her therapeutic practices by clients with medical or scientific backgrounds. "I'm always interested in discussing how we can optimize your healing journey and address any concerns you might have about your treatment responses." Dr. Rodriguez pulled out a small notebook containing detailed observations and symptom logs from her previous massage sessions, pointing to specific patterns that suggested deliberate contamination of massage oils and intentional manipulation of pressure points beyond normal therapeutic ranges. "Samantha, I've been documenting unusual physical reactions I've experienced following several of our sessions, including symptoms consistent with plant-based toxin exposure and unexplained bruising in areas that correspond to vital pressure points in traditional Chinese medicine," Dr. Rodriguez said with the clinical precision that had made her one of the country's leading forensic experts. "Additionally, I've been researching the backgrounds of some of your other clients, and I've discovered that at least 5 regular patients have died from unexplained medical emergencies within 48 hours of receiving treatments at your spa. This pattern is statistically impossible under normal circumstances and suggests systematic criminal activity." The forensic toxicologist's identification of poison symptoms and her discovery of the pattern of client deaths confirmed Samantha's worst fears that her murder methods had been scientifically analyzed and would soon be reported to law enforcement authorities with the expertise to investigate medical crimes. Samantha's response was swift and deadly, as she moved to eliminate Dr. Rodriguez using the most sophisticated and undetectable method she had developed for murdering clients. "Amanda, I think there may be some misunderstanding about normal healing crisis responses that occur when the body releases stored toxins during deep therapeutic work," Samantha said with apparent concern, while discreetly reaching for a prepared bottle of massage oil contaminated with a lethal concentration of ricin extracted from castor beans. These temporary symptoms are actually positive signs that your body is responding to treatment and eliminating harmful substances that have been accumulating in your tissues for years. Let me demonstrate some advanced pressure point techniques that will help your body process these healing reactions more effectively. Dr. Rodriguez agreed to receive the demonstration treatment, not realizing that Samantha was planning to murder her using a combination of contact poison and pressure point manipulation that would cause fatal organ failure while appearing to be an allergic reaction to the massage oils. Samantha's plan involved applying the ricin-contaminated oil to Dr. Rodriguez's skin while simultaneously applying precise pressure to specific acupuncture points that would accelerate absorption of the poison and cause rapid systemic failure that would be difficult for medical examiners to distinguish from natural causes. But Samantha's carefully planned murder was about to be prevented by the unexpected arrival of federal agents who had been investigating her illegal pharmaceutical distribution network and its connection to suspicious client deaths. Special Agent Michael Chen of the DEA's Pharmaceutical Crimes Division had been conducting a comprehensive investigation into illegal prescription drug distribution networks operating in high-end wellness spas and alternative medicine clinics throughout the San Francisco Bay Area. Agent Chen specialized in cases involving medical professionals and healthcare workers who diverted controlled substances for illegal sales and had developed expertise in identifying the complex financial and operational structures used to disguise pharmaceutical crimes. The federal investigation had been initiated by reports from multiple hospitals and emergency rooms that had treated patients suffering from contaminated or counterfeit prescription medications that had been obtained from sources other than licensed pharmacies. The investigation had focused on Samantha's spa after discovering that several overdose victims had been clients of her wellness center and had received pharmaceutical substances as part of their alternative medicine treatments. Agent Chen had been conducting surveillance of Samantha's operations for several weeks and had documented evidence of illegal drug sales, money laundering activities, and suspicious patterns of client deaths that suggested her crimes had escalated beyond pharmaceutical fraud to include systematic murder. "Ms. Chen, I'm Special Agent Chen with the DEA," he announced as he entered the treatment room where Samantha was preparing to poison Dr. Rodriguez. "I have warrants for your arrest on charges of illegal distribution of controlled substances, pharmaceutical fraud, money laundering, and conspiracy to commit murder." Samantha's reaction to the federal agent's perfectly timed arrival was a combination of absolute shock and desperate fury as she realized that law enforcement had been investigating her pharmaceutical crimes and had connected them to the suspicious deaths of her clients. Her carefully constructed reputation as a holistic healer and spiritual guide had failed to protect her from federal investigation and prosecution. "Special Agent Chen, there must be some terrible misunderstanding about legitimate alternative medicine practices and natural healing modalities," Samantha said frantically while abandoning her plan to murder Dr. Rodriguez and attempting to maintain her spiritual facade despite the catastrophic exposure of her criminal activities. I am a licensed therapeutic massage therapist with 12 years of experience helping clients achieve wellness through traditional healing methods that have been used safely for thousands of years. I would never engage in any illegal activities that could harm my clients or violate the sacred trust they place in my healing abilities. Dr. Rodriguez looked absolutely stunned as she realized how close she had come to being murdered by the massage therapist she had trusted with her health and well-being. Her forensic investigation had not only exposed Samantha's systematic criminal activity, but had also prevented her own death at the hands of a killer who had been using healing practices as a cover for systematic murder. The comprehensive investigation that followed Samantha's arrest revealed the full scope of her criminal enterprise and the sophisticated methods she had developed to commit pharmaceutical fraud while systematically murdering clients. Forensic analysis of Samantha's spa facilities revealed extensive evidence of illegal drug manufacturing and distribution operations, including stockpiles of stolen prescription medications, equipment for producing counterfeit pharmaceutical products, and detailed client records showing systematic sales of controlled substances disguised as alternative medicine treatments. Her massage oils and therapeutic products were found to contain numerous toxic substances, including ricin, oleander extract, and other plant-based poisons that had been used to murder clients. The investigation also uncovered Samantha's comprehensive financial crimes involving money laundering through shell companies, tax evasion schemes, and fraudulent insurance claims related to client deaths. Her illegal pharmaceutical sales had generated over $2 million in profits over 3 years, while her systematic murder of troublesome clients had eliminated potential witnesses and created opportunities for additional fraud through forged wills and insurance policies. Most disturbing was the discovery of Samantha's detailed research into traditional poisoning methods used by ancient healers, including extensive studies of pressure point techniques that could cause death while appearing to be natural medical emergencies, and her development of increasingly sophisticated methods for administering lethal substances through seemingly innocent wellness treatments. Samantha Chen was ultimately convicted of 8 counts of first-degree murder, illegal distribution of controlled substances, pharmaceutical fraud, money laundering, conspiracy to commit organized criminal activity, and numerous other charges related to her systematic exploitation of client trust. The conviction sent unprecedented shockwaves throughout San Francisco's wellness and alternative medicine communities, prompting immediate and comprehensive reforms in spa licensing, massage therapy oversight, and client protection protocols. The case became a landmark example of how trusted wellness professionals could systematically exploit their positions to commit large-scale fraud and murder, while hiding behind the facade of holistic healing and spiritual guidance. Several other wellness practitioners and alternative medicine providers throughout the region were immediately investigated for similar criminal activities, resulting in the discovery of additional fraud schemes and client abuse cases that had been hidden by the alternative medicine community's traditional resistance to regulation and oversight. Dr. Amanda Rodriguez received recognition for her courage and scientific expertise in exposing Samantha's crimes, becoming a leading authority on forensic toxicology in wellness-related criminal cases. Her investigative methods and scientific analysis became standard procedures for law enforcement agencies responsible for investigating crimes involving alternative medicine practitioners and wellness professionals. Victoria Blackwood and other surviving clients required extensive medical evaluation and psychological counseling to overcome the trauma of learning that their trusted healer had been systematically poisoning them and planning their murders. The wellness industry implemented comprehensive new safety protocols and client protection measures designed to prevent similar abuse of therapeutic relationships and professional trust. The case prompted comprehensive changes in alternative medicine regulation, including mandatory background checks for wellness practitioners, enhanced oversight of facilities providing pharmaceutical or quasi-medical treatments, and new reporting requirements for suspicious deaths or injuries related to wellness services. Special Agent Chen's investigation methodologies became the foundation for specialized federal task forces focused on pharmaceutical crimes in alternative medicine settings, leading to the identification and prosecution of numerous additional cases involving wellness professionals who had been exploiting their positions to distribute illegal drugs or harm clients. The massage therapy and broader wellness industries implemented revolutionary new safety measures, including mandatory reporting of adverse client reactions, enhanced training in recognizing signs of abuse or criminal activity, and comprehensive client advocacy programs designed to protect vulnerable individuals from exploitation by unethical practitioners. 5 years after Samantha's conviction and life imprisonment, the wellness industry continued to implement safeguards designed to protect clients from practitioners who might abuse their positions of trust and intimate physical access for criminal purposes. The massage therapist, who had promised to heal bodies and souls through ancient wisdom and modern therapeutic techniques, had instead used her knowledge and position of trust to commit systematic murder and pharmaceutical fraud on an unprecedented scale. However, her crimes had been thoroughly exposed, and her victims had found justice through the dedication of investigators and clients who refused to accept suspicious deaths and illnesses as mere coincidences in wellness treatment. Samantha Chen's healing hands had become instruments of death, but her criminal enterprise had been permanently dismantled and its operators sentenced to life imprisonment without possibility of parole, proving that even wellness professionals who attempted to exploit ancient healing traditions for criminal gain could be identified, investigated, and brought to justice when dedicated professionals worked together to protect innocent clients. The massage therapist's healing hands of death had been forever stilled, serving as a permanent reminder that the sacred trust between healers and patients must never be violated, and that true wellness could only be achieved through ethical practice, genuine compassion, and respect for the fundamental principle that healing professionals must first do no harm. Thank you very much for listening. Please let us know what you think of this story in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any other videos.